So after finish the successfully, okay, it installed successfully of the Laravel framework. You should go to the folder that you have created the project name with the Laravel online. Just attach CD Laravel online, so press enter. Also, I just do keyword list all the file in that folder. Okay, so I need to use command php artisan, so okay, to run the php framework, the Laravel. So after that it shows the label like this. Laravel development server started on the port 800. So I go to my URL and style of purpose with the port 800, press enter. So I have one project with the Laravel file. So from now on I will explain you about the concept of MVC pattern, the model, view controller responsibility. Okay, so after install and configure already, need to show you about the application structure. The application structure here is app. The directory contain the core code of the application. It means that your application code is located on the app folder, app directory. The bootstrap, the directory contain the application bootstrapping script. It means that if you need your website to be responsive, you should write in your bootstrap code in the folder. Config, you can configure the database or configure the file in that folder, and database change the database connection. If you use MySQL or PDO, you can configure it. Yes, but the original or the default of the connection is MySQL. Public, this is the application document root to start the Laravel application. So if you are hosting the project, you need to write the HTML, CSS and image on this folder. Resource, you can store the view file or the resource. Storage, the directory contain app storage like file upload. If you want to upload or framework storage, you can store it. Test, a folder that contain a test case. Before you get into production, you get test at least several times. Vendor, the contain composer dependent. If I want to update the version of Laravel, I need to go to this folder, vendor. Okay, so that's all is the application structure. And after understanding the application structure, you should know the MVC process. When, for example, this is a browser. And when a browser go to the when a user go to the browser and submit a user request, our MVC process will go to the route. So in Laravel, the specific point is route. Routes to appropriate Laravel controller. It means that the user cannot work with a controller. It depending on the route, and the Laravel will call routing. Okay, routing, and the routing is it learn about the URL that pass and go to the controller, interact controller, and the controller has a function that can insert or retrieve the data from the model. That is a class that read from the database that can work with database. Okay, this model and other feedback to the controller, and the controller turn to the view file respond to the browser to show on the web page. This is MVC web view controller. So you cannot work directly with model. It depending on the controller, and the controller happens when it comes from the routing, and the routing comes from the user interaction with the browser. Okay, this is a MVC process, and I will find you a configuration. So I need to open my project with action, file, new folder. After new folder, I open my project with Laravel online and select folder. So I close my previous project, and no. After that, I have an application structure like this. Okay, and I need to configure the database connectivity, basic configuration, environment configuration, and database configuration. Also maintenance mode. Maintenance mode is also important for developer. The first one is start maintenance mode, and the second is stop maintenance mode. It means that when the website or the web application is under construction, we need to start maintenance mode. Okay. So I need to use the basic routing. After understanding the configuration, I will demo you about the MVC process. So I just basic configuration. Configuration is made with the config for the config, and with the file name database.php. For the default database server is MySQL, but you also can use Progress or SQLite depending on your preferred project. So you should change the port to 800 or localhost, or database name, username, and database password. If your database server doesn't require password, you can apply now. Okay. So this is just a config, and also if you don't want to configure the database with this database.php, you can config or add the env file. Okay, .env file is come from the .environment. I click on it and I saw the DB connection, MySQL, and database host 127.001, or we can use localhost, but the default is the port 3606. Database offset, I also can change my database here. Okay, this is all the environment setup or the environment configuration. So in the next video I will show you how to understand about the routing from the view, routing from the browser, and routing to the controller, and the controller responsible for managing the model, and the model responsible for insert or retrieve the data from the database server. So for this video, we show you about the Laravel routing. Okay.